Hello there. Just want to say thanks for taking a little bit of your day to watch this exclusive video. So today we're going to be talking about cores, in particular why I personally think that 6 cores is now the bare minimum number that you need for pretty much any gaming computer out there. Now there's a lot of people that will talk about a long list of things to consider, and we can go over all of those today, but for the most part I want to talk about just 6 cores, 6 threads is pretty much the bare minimum now. And not looking at it from the standpoint of just because AMD has a lot of multi-threaded options and a lot of more cores and things like that. Just looking at it from the standpoint of performance. Let's take a look at a couple games and let's also break down how games run and the whole environment that goes on in a gaming computer. So usually you have the game, and I will say that most games now currently take 4 cores of pretty much use all of 4 cores. And I'm basing this off of the fact that Minecraft, yes, Minecraft, the notoriously childish, horribly optimized game Minecraft, is using 4 cores. So that means that if you have a i5, 6000 series, 7000 series, or anything that has 4 cores, Minecraft doesn't even have enough threads to run at its full potential. So we take a look at the 6 core options. Let's just say the 8th gen 6th or 8600K, for example. Good processor, good clock speeds, all good there. And we take a look at it. It's got 2 more cores extra. Now you're wondering, oh great, I've got 2 cores to search Chrome. No. We're just talking about bare minimum here. The 2 extra cores, you have enough to run your operating system, because of course your games need to run on something. So that includes all the drivers, all the lovely things that Windows wants to do, maybe some Spotify in there, and Chrome if you're lucky and you have enough RAM. So people will ask, be like, wow, I really want to go through and buy an old i5. And while I can't say that it's not going to be horrible, you're really cutting out your performance. And you look at any other common AAA titles or popular games, PUBG, which is really faded out. Fortnite, for crying out loud, uses more than like 2 or 3 cores. You take a look at some of the other games that have just been announced, everything is moving towards more and more cores. And with the fact of the freaking 16 core option that AMD just announced at E3, the amount of cores is only going to exponentially increase. And are you really wanting to be the person with the bare minimum amount of cores? Because right now, looking forward, it's only a matter of time before we see stuff that fully optimizes 8 cores for gaming. It's only a matter of time before 16 cores becomes a mainstream norm. And really, do developers want to support and try to work for a 6 core option, or do they want to work for something with a lot more cores? Now I'm saying that's all far in the future. I'm not necessarily saying that tomorrow 6 cores is not going to be a big thing. Heck, we've still got a lot of 4 core options. And this is specifically for gaming, because I cannot sit here and tell anybody, all the office users, all the people that are just using this in a plain workplace environment, that a 4 core processor is going to be a problem. No, this is for gaming. And still, 4 core options do great. If they're clock decent, have some overclocking potential, they can get up there pretty well. No issues. But where the problem arises, as I said, is where the processor itself does not have enough cores to run your game at the best potential, especially when these people decide that they want to get a 1080 Ti, 2080 Ti, Radeon 7, Radeon Navi, XT. They want to do all these things, and they have an i5, and that's where you're really going to end up in bottlenecks in your system, because all your 4 cores, 5 cores, 6 cores out of a 6 core processor are going to be used for your game. What is going to run your operating system? And if your operating system gets real juicy and needs some, that's a lovely word there, real juicy and needs to do a virus scan midway through your gaming experience, you're going to be suffering. So ultimately, my recommendation for anybody out there looking to buy processors, find a 6 core option or greater. And 6 core is really pushing it. There's a lot of stuff that recently came out. You've got i7s, i5s and the latest generation, which are still 6 cores. You've got i9s, you've got a whole lineup of Ryzen. I mean, speaking from experience, I personally prefer Ryzen just for having the longevity effect, but continue on. Also, some other things to keep in mind is multi-threading is a great thing to have because it definitely increases the performance in some of those games that use multiple threads. So it is something to consider, and especially with going forward that being commonplace in games, especially because majority of developers now are moving towards Threadrippers to build their games on. Multi-core is going to, or multiple cores and a large amount of cores is going to be something definitely to see in the future. So while yes, 6 cores may be something that lasts now, it's only a matter of time before Intel ups that to 8 cores as a minimum. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's only a matter of time before Intel does 8 core options, no multi-threading, pretty much what we saw in the i7, last generation, the 9th gen of Intel's processors. It's only a matter of time before we really see that become commonplace as well. So I make this video because I really look at this and I see that a lot of people are saying 6 core or should go 4 core or i3s, and really i3s are currently in 9th gen are just not cutting it even close. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, of course give it a thumbs up, but honestly looking at it, you guys really have to consider that it's not going to be best in the best long interest, and also it's not going to be the best performance, especially if games even require more than 4 cores, which I got news for you, a majority do currently. So thank you guys very much for watching. Check out the channel for other cool tech-related news, reviews, builds, etc. And as always, subscribe if you're interested. If not, have a wonderful life and see y'all later. Bye.